the exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access, top leagues and tournaments, and the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. live sports.
Is a special presentation of Buffalo Sabres hockey on MSG. Buffalo Sabres hockey on MSG is presented by Gold Ring Partners, KeyBank, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield of Western New York, Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center, Labatt Blue, and Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine.
Sabres look to make it 3 wins in 4 games to close out this homestand tonight. Montreal is the opponent. Habs playing just their 5th game of the year for the Sabres. It is game number 6. Welcome in Seneca Sports Lounge with Marty. I'm Brian, Dan, and Razor coming up. Same lineup for Buffalo tonight. It's Eric Comrie in goal and expected to see Jake Allen at the other end. Is Buffalo close to a big offensive breakthrough? They still haven't cracked over 3 goals per game yet.
I think they are close, yes. And you look at the way the lines were clicking in the last game. After a change in the lines, I thought that the Greenway, Thompson, Cousins line was excellent. Obviously, Middlestad between Skinner and Tuck, which came off what they did last season in the last few years when Tage Thompson was a little banged up, missed some times, and then was moved to a different line. I think that the chemistry looked good in their first time together against the New York Islanders. Now I think they take it to the next step. And hopefully, I'm saying hopefully, they get to that 4 or 5 goals a game type of plateau that they can feel really good about themselves.
Class of 2019, the class of it so far that draft year is Jack Hughes, but perhaps only because of games played. Caulfield hasn't played nearly as many, but he scores goals at a higher goals per game rate than Hughes, and he's been terrific in the first 4 games this year after his season ended on January 19th a year ago.
He's so creative. Obviously, he's quick, and he's got a amazing, I was going to say unbelievable, amazing, whatever adjective you want to put there, shot. He shoots the puck with a purpose every time he's got it. You saw some of those highlights. There's no room, and he still finds the corner. A very big threat on the power play as a one-timer, just like Tage Thompson. But the difference is that he moves around. Marty St. Louis made him a project on the power play half wall, and he's definitely worked really well in that position.
One of us has recently said he'll score 50. I won't tell you which one of us was the author of that comment. Dylan Cousins, of course, was a 30-goal scorer last year, something Caulfield was unable to attain because of injury. And Cousins has now found himself most recently on the wing with Thompson and Greenway.
Yeah, but for me, wing, center, when you're Dylan Cousins, it's about creating space. It's about finding passing lane on the power play like this. But you see here, he's driving the net, and he's hanging around the front of the net. That's what big bodies need to do in the National Hockey League. You've got 3 big bodies on that line. They should be all around the crease of Jake Allen, and they should be creating chaos, something Don Granato loves when his teams do.
It really is fun to look back at most draft years, but 2019 specifically, when you think of Hughes and Caulfield and Zegras and Boldy. Kirby Dock's not available due to injury, but the Habs now have Alex Newhook as well, and obviously Cousins really put that stamp on, but just validating his selection where Buffalo took him, and he's been riding high of late. Eric Comrie seeks his first career win versus Montreal. Jake Allen has 7 lifetime decisions in the victory column against Buffalo, and it's the first of 4 head-to-head meetings this year. Dan and Razor have the call coming up. Stay with us.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
This Sabres game is presented by T-Mark Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, official partner of the Buffalo Sabres.
Starting goaltenders, well, they're brought to you by Tim Hortons. Stop by your local Tim Hortons today, the official coffee of our Buffalo Sabres. And at the lonely end of the rink, here is your matchup tonight. Eric Comrie, second straight start for the first time since he did so late last season, March 23rd, coming off a win against the Islanders. The next game, he faced the Montreal Canadiens, just as he is tonight. And Jake Allen, 34-year-old veteran in his 11th NHL season. First period replays are brought to you by Hyundai. It's your journey, own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. Pozo, the Sabres looking to continue to build on a little bit of momentum here at home, a little bit of a feel, a little bit of an identity that they admit that they continue to work on and build with chemistry. And it will be a Pozo, Girgensons, and Jost to start it off. And right away, they put the Canadiens deep into their own zone, and Montreal will bring it back up to center ice. We expect this will be an end-to-end affair, certainly in the early going. A lot of speed on the ice between these two teams. Puck will come back out to center ice. Canadiens try to get to the middle of the ice. It's not there yet, so it'll be backhanded around by Suzuki, Caulfield, and Harvey Pinard, the top unit for the Montreal Canadiens. Suzuki still looking for his first goal of the year. Caulfield in the corner, can't keep it deep, comes back to him. He brings it out from the corner, top of the circle shot, blocked by Eric Johnson. He's making a habit of that so far for Buffalo. And he'll send it back into the Montreal zone, quickly turned back up ice by Jordan Harris, but we got a glove pass to stop plays and lead us into Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center keys to the game.
Well, the first thing is you have to respect Montreal's speed and tenacity because it is relentless. It's going to be there all night. Second thing is take advantage in Montreal's D zone. If you're willing to battle, you can spend long periods of time in there. Third thing, continue to get to the net front presence because it worked for you last game. Donnie's pounded it in their heads the last few days. It has to continue.
Sabres get the likes of Greenway, Cousins, and Tage Thompson out against Pizzetta, Evans, and Jesse Lovin from Montreal. And Montreal into the Sabres zone. Buffalo skating from left to right here in this opening period. Of course, at home and wearing the blue and gold. Tage Thompson over center. He fires it in. Matheson back after. David Savard, his defense partner from the corner. It'll be Greenway playing it back to Dahlin. Samuelson lost it, got it back again. Still some time as the Canadiens sink down from the point a little bit. Now Dahlin takes the space on the right boards halfway down. Now he's run out of room a little bit here, so the help is coming over. Nice play by Cousins. He shook off the check, and then the pass is deflected out of play.
That's good support down low. This is where we're talking about you're willing to battle and spend some time in the zone. If you get down the wall, if you're physical, if you pinch along the wall, be aggressive there. Montreal Canadiens have a hard time. And right here you see Darlene coming down, getting tied up. Cousins coming over in a support situation. But you see all 5 Montreal Canadiens. They dropped down, they dropped into that corner, and it left an awful lot of open ice there in that zone if the Sabres can pull that puck out quick.
Middlestat, Skinner, and Tuck out against Josh Anderson, Alex Newhook, who's off to a really good start with the Canadiens, and Juraj Slafkovsky. The Sabres get the puck off the face-off and bring it right back into the Montreal zone. Power will leave it for Skinner at the line. He'll back his way in, then play it back to the point. Yoki Harju, Power comes back to meet him. Yoki Harju along the line takes a return pass in Casey Middlestat. Halfway down the wall for Tuck, who gives it back to 37. Casey walks to the dot. Backhand pass in front, and that deflects over the far corner. And now Power trying to keep it in, get some help there, but the Canadiens will have a chance to fire it up ice, but that's going to miss everybody, and an icing call against Montreal.
Yeah, I would expect if the Sabres can keep pressure here on the Montreal Canadiens in this game, you'll see an awful lot of icings here tonight because they're just going to look to relieve the pressure at some points. If they can't hit the pass, it's going to be going down the ice. So you'll see a lot of this coming back as long as the Sabres keep that pressure on.
Game 6 for the Sabres, 2-3-0 with 4 points. Montreal Canadiens, this is their 5th of the season, 2-1-1, 5 points so far this season. As Victor Olofsson at the line plays it to the point. Darlene finds Samuelson. His shot doesn't get through. Darlene trying to stick handle at the blue line, and that is stolen. And here's a break back the other way. Comrie faced a number of those in the last game. That one from Slafkovsky does not find the back of the net, and the Sabres survive that moment. Sean Monahan will play it down below the goal line, and the Canadiens make a couple of changes as Slafkovsky goes to the bench. Monahan with Tanner Pearson and Gallagher for the Canadiens. Now here's Pearson. His shot stopped by Comrie. The rebound was there for Gallagher, but he was knocked to the ice. Comes back to the line, and that shot by Xhekaj stopped, but the rebound is fired in the back of the net. And Justin Barron has opened the scoring here for Montreal. 1-0, 17:04 remaining in the first.
Yeah, Justin Barron's going to get his first of the year. Big goal here because Sabres had great pressure. They go down. Montreal just looking to shoot pucks at the net and get bodies towards the net on the rush, not trying to do anything pretty. Problem here is Comrie had to make 2 big saves, and when he made the saves, put the puck back out. Big rebound. A long ways out. And not able to get back across. You got Gallagher got himself set in front. Barron's over on the far side. He had the whole net to put that one in. So you look at your goaltender and make that first save, but also you got to look at the guys in front. Hey, I'm going to put that puck back out here. You got to have a whereabouts and a way of finding it and knowing where guys aren't coming in over your shoulders too. So you got to give them a little help.
Yeah, there's just such a different feel when you score the first goal of the game. Even though it's early, there's Clifton with a big hit on the wall down on the far boards. Sabres now will get it back in the corner, and Johnson will find it ahead to the captain, Calapozo, right wing to center, before he is stripped of the puck by Caulfield. Caulfield tied up nicely as Girgensons came back to help out his line mate. Now it's chipped into the zone, and nowhere to go for Jost. Gets tied up with the linesman. Canadiens will try it on the right side. Into the Sabres zone. High in the zone, Caulfield. Bouncing puck got away from him. And he's tipped back into the Montreal zone, and Kovacevic back after for the Canadiens on the far side. Tage Thompson trying to win it back for Buffalo, but it's flipped up to center ice, and the Canadiens now with a 3-on-2 break that gets thwarted at the line. And Kovacevic again at center ice this time. He'll wrap that one in off the inboards of the Buffalo zone, picked up and played for Power. Power under some duress here by Nick Suzuki down against the boards. Sabres get it back again, looking for a way out. That is off the back of the leg there of Dylan Cousins. He gets enough to get it to the Montreal line, but not deep enough to get to the bench. Canadiens fire right back in. Power with Evans bearing down on him. Puck played around to the far boards. Power will get after it. Yolonen and Pezzetta. They're going to be a handful when it comes to some speed on the ice for Montreal tonight for sure. The Sabres able to get it out to center, and a bouncing puck settled down, and now Matheson will gather it in on the left side. Halfway down, Matheson takes a look at the front of the net. It's not there. Carries it to the far corner. Up top, Savard will lay it off, and there's a shot by Evans, and that one goes off the backside of his teammate in front of the net, and it's Alex Tuck coming back the other way.
And that's Newhook slowly getting back to the bench here. He took it right off the backside of his leg. Looks like he's going to be okay, but he was slow getting to the bench.
Canadians come back, right side entry, trying to get it to the front of the net. Monahan was there. Tipped away. Anderson looking to fire that back to the far point. Skinner intercepts. Now for Middlestat. Trying to play it through to Alex Tuck. That's broken up. Slavkovsky lost the handle on that one. The Sabres get on the puck and fire it down the ice. Don't miss your chance at tonight's 50-50 raffle, sponsored by Northtown Automotive. All fans within New York State can purchase raffle tickets online now in support of the Buffalo Sabres Foundation. Get yours at sabres.com/5050 or scan the QR code on your screen.
Now take a look at the block shot here by Newhouse in front. Here's the shot coming from Evans. Right off the back of the left knee, and down he goes, and that's going to sting.
Sabres here with a chance to break out on a turnover, and it's Skinner on his own. Buffalo changing, so Skinner was on his own, tying up 3 Canadians on the board if they can get it to the front of the net, but it's chipped down the ice, and Gallagher will race after it.
Yeah, the Canadians are coming at you, Dan. They just keep coming, keep coming. Well, Sabres able to draw a penalty here, but you got it. They're like flies at a picnic, man. You got to keep fighting them off, or because they're not going anywhere.
It's nice to know you take your family out for picnics.
Yeah.
Here's Peterka in his own zone.
Backyard.
Yeah. Pretty much guaranteeing you don't make the sandwiches. Krebs trying to center it in front. Allen got a piece of that one behind the goal. Peterka will come back to the line. This is Power. Delayed penalty call. Sabres good possession here. Protecting the puck. Now Victor Olofsson on the right wall. Halfway up. Takes a look at the net. Shooting lane's not there yet. Canadians with a 1-0 lead. Olofsson looking for the lane. Peterka with a shot pad save. And that's possession in the eyes of the referee, and we get the call. When we come back, Sabres down 1-0. We'll go to the power play.
You see Johnson coming around the back of the net. Gallagher is going to reach out, take his feet out from underneath him. That is your tripping call. And we'll take a look at the Sabres versus the Canadians in the last 8 meetings. Sabres 4-3-1 record. Montreal power play over 23. Buffalo power play 9 for 27 in those 8 games. Montreal is the most penalized team in the NHL right now, Dan, averaging 23.8 penalty minutes per game.
So you need to take advantage of it, and they do. Jeff Skinner from the bottom of the right circle rips it home, and the Sabres tie it early on this power play.
Excellent job here, Jeff Skinner coming in off the side. And you hear the bar as it's going in. Sabres win the faceoff, get it back to the point. You get everybody spread out. Here's the quick pass down to Skinner. Allen's got his shoulder on that post, but it looks like it goes far side when he takes this. Oh, it goes short side, up one bar, across to the other, and into the net. So I think Allen anticipating a pass to the front, not expecting a shot from Skinner being that far down towards the goal line. Skinner takes him off guard and ties this game. That was only, what, 7 seconds in?
Jeff Skinner and that shot are here early this season, and you want to be getting the puck on his stick, as you know better than anybody. When the shooters are shooting like that, find them. And take advantage of it. Here's Clifton in the Montreal zone, playing it down low in behind the net. David Savard trying to pick it up for the Canadiens. He does find it away, and now the Montreal Canadiens will bring it up, and a good hit at the line there by Clifton as he stops Jake Evans in his tracks. Canadians so will keep it in. This is Ylonen spinning it down low. Centering pass by Pezzetta comes back. Jackie's shot deflects up and out of play. Most hot player right there, Jeff Skinner, has scored here tonight, and you can visit Sabres.com/Most Hot Players for a 25% coupon for Moe's tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's good to get Jeff Skinner going early in a hockey game like that. You know, it's only 8 minutes into this when he's got that first goal. It makes a huge difference. And a lot of times the way he keeps going the rest of the game, and he just turns it up another notch when he's feeling good about himself. So good to see that.
Sabres off the draw on their own end, under pressure, power behind the net. Greenway trying to clear, but it's kept in as the Canadians pitch down the wall. That was Barron that time. Anderson behind the goal, taken away by Power. Now a chance to bring it up. Greenway trying to get it through traffic at center, and Anderson will touch it back. Arbor Xhekaj goes across to his partner, Barron, who has the Montreal goal, open the scoring in this hockey game. We are tied at 1 apiece. Sabres on a 3-man counter. Tage Thompson rips that one, and that one went off the back of the Montreal player tracking back on the play. Sabres trying to get it back. It was Jordan Harris that was in that shooting lane, and backing up Rasmus Dahlin now, playing that out and away from Alex Newhook. Tipped in by Greenway, deep in the Montreal zone. Sabres will change. 11:08 remaining here in the opening period. Suzuki forced back. Montreal seeing what they can get up to center ice as Kovacevic fires it in. Johnson in the near corner, sensing the traffic in behind the goal, plays it up the wall. Canadians get it back again. Harris backing up under pressure, and the forecheck that time with Jost plays it to the far corner. Over comes Girgensons. That puck took a deflection maybe off of Kyle Pozo there, up and out of play.
Now, Sabres just got to be careful here. You got this tied up. You're halfway through this first period already. Just don't sit back and be content, because you know the same game is going to come from the Montreal Canadiens from start to finish, and you just don't want to get low. You want to make sure you keep turning it up. Use that goal. Build off it. Try to get the next one here. Give the Montreal Canadiens a reason to maybe slow the pace down a little bit, because at no time at this point this year, when they have played, even when they're losing, they're still coming at you. So you want to make sure you give them a little bit more of a reason in here tonight.
There's Monahan. He'll bring it up the center right side and shoot it in. Skinner from Cousins and Dahlin. Gallagher off the boards. That shot, Comrie got just a piece of it. Perhaps it comes back to Matheson in the high slot. Can't get the shot through. And now Power behind the goal. A little change of direction on Gallagher there. That certainly worked on Montreal's number 11. And now Savard at center. We'll play it back to Matheson, and the Canadians forced back deep in their own end here by Alex Tuch. Matheson, the defenseman, up through center and plays it on the wing. Gallagher centers it in front. Nice play in front of the goal that time by Power. He leads the breakout as he plays it onto the wing, and Casey Middlestat will dump it the rest of the way in behind the Canadians' goal. Montreal quick up with Evans on the right side, feeding that one ahead. Looking for Ylonen. The Sabres are able to take it away and reestablish possession in behind the net. Pass on the wing. This is Krebs. Good footwork here. The backhand save made by Allen. The rebound almost banked in, but Pad was still along the ice to make the save. Buffalo will keep it up top here with Krebs. He sends it across, trying to find some room. Victor Olofsson. Good hard push on that far side, and eventually playing it below the goal line for Krebs. Turns and fires off the side of the net. Puck in the corner. Peterka brings it out in traffic with a shot. Nice low shot and another pad save made by the Canadiens keeper, who's busy here against this trio of Sabres. Victor Olofsson will play it back to the line. Rasmus Dahlin. He gets one through, and that one is parried to the corner and comes halfway up the boards and knifed out by the Canadiens, sending Samuelson back into the Buffalo zone. 1-1 game if you're just joining us. Here in the first period. First meeting of the season between these two teams. The first two meetings will happen here in Buffalo. The next two in Montreal. Tapping for it, Yoki Harju. Near point, takes the pass. Greenway from the slot with a shot. And that one is knocked away. Sabres keep it in again. Power for Greenway to Cousins. Top of the far circle, Tage Thompson. Trying to work his way to the front of the net, but he's tracked there by Kovacevic, and the puck comes to the corner. Thompson stays with it, down in the near corner this time, right wing side. Power over on the far boards. Slavkovsky on top of him. Now Thompson trying to fish it free. Canadians looking to skate out. Dylan Cousins stopped the initial rush, but it's a 2-on-1 anyway. Back the other way. Slavkovsky with a shot stopped by Comrie. And the rebound comes to Dylan Cousins. He's got Thompson at center. Takes the pass. Thompson trying to send it back for Cousins. And Slavkovsky intercepts end of his shift and dumps it into the Buffalo zone. Canadians come right back in. Puck down in the corner, deep in the Buffalo zone. Girgensson stopped by Matheson. Battle stays down with Harvey Pinard down in this near corner. Montreal defenseman gets deep on the play, so Caulfield's the cover at the line, and he does a good job in sending it down low for Harvey Pinard. A better job by Clifton right there as he steps into Suzuki. Canadians able to walk it out, and that backhand by Harvey Pinard goes wide to the far boards. Nice piece of work on the far wall to bring it out. And it's a one-man rush for Jost, and a shot, and that one is stopped. Allen looking good on that chance. As Tyson Jost had a look. Over comes Dahlin. He's got Calapozo down low in the Montreal zone, and the Canadians do enough to get it out. So some good offensive zone time, and of course the Canadians are, as Razor mentioned, pretty quick to counter. Not going to shake them off that easily, even with that kind of pressure.
Well, they have no pressure, Dan. They're a team. It's a building team. It's a young group. They know that playoffs are probably not in their forecast, so they're going out and playing every night. So it's a tough team to play against when they got nothing to lose.
Barron plays it up the wall to the corner. Sabres again able to keep it in. And now Montreal will flip it out to center ice. This is Gallagher. Carries across the Sabres line before Dahlin says that's as far as you go. Stands him up. And then Dahlin backs himself into Tanner Pearson as well. The Sabres will bring it up over center. Samuelson trying to feed it through for Peterka. Couldn't quite get a stick on it. Jumping up onto the play. Harju trying to keep it in. Chance now for Pizzetta. Turns on the far boards. Rink wide pass. That one goes off the skate of Jordan Harris. And Evans back at the Montreal line. Sends it back to Pizzetta, and he is hammered from behind. The referee is going to decide right in front of the bench. And now the attention is drawn after that hit on Pizzetta. It's Peyton Krebs against the glass. That was pretty close to you, Razor. Big hit. It's Pizzetta, Krebs with the hit in a 1-1 game. First period tied at 1, Montreal and Buffalo. Montreal going on the power play, but not before we give you some Tage Thompson mic'd up.
They got one, they got one, they got one.
That was sick. That's an appreciation, Razor, for the passing to get it to Skinner, and of course the shot as well. Greenway from the corner hammers that puck the length of the ice.
Yeah, the Montreal Canadiens 2 goals on 17 attempts so far this year. That's 11.8%, 23rd in the NHL.
Not yet at center now. Montreal will play it on the wing. Reaching behind is Caulfield, and that pass comes outside the line. Matheson and the Canadians offside.
Yeah, just keep the pressure on him here. Do exactly what you've done here for the first few games, and obviously the pound kill has been your best part of your games to this point, only giving up 1 goal on 19 attempts, 94.7. That ranks you 4th in the NHL. The Sabres are only one of 7 teams that have give up 1 goal or less so far this year on the power play, on the penalty kill, I'm sorry.
And the Canadians have sprung a couple of leaks, giving up a couple of shorthanded goals against early in the season. Entry down in the corner off to the left of Eric Comrie, and that puck's going to find the blue line, then the red line. Matheson back after it for the Canadians. 1:15 to go in the Sabres penalty kill in this 1-1 first period. First of 2 games in as many nights. Ottawa tomorrow. Back-to-back Canadian affair. Catapozo does some nice work at the Sabres blue line. He'll turn. He'll take a quick rest at the bench. Matheson will drop it back. This is Newhook trying to go right down the middle. Puck comes to the far point. Xhekaj up top. Arbor Xhekaj plays it to the far circle. Gallagher's shot that hits traffic before it got to the net. Suzuki on the far wall trying to play it towards Pearson. He's knocked down by Clifton. Connor Clifton is keeping that average hits per game number on the upward swing so far as a member of the Buffalo Sabres. Greenway, nice job carrying it up ice, sending it deep into the Montreal corner. Alex Tuch parks it all the way back to Owen Power. And he'll play it back to Alex Tuch. And now Power at the near circle, finding Tuch again in the far corner. And they, between the two of them, made a good 10 seconds off that power play. Now Tage Thompson trying to drag one through traffic. Couldn't quite get it past Newhook. Out of the box, Peyton Krebs. Sabres are back to even strength in this 1-1 first period. 3 minutes remaining in the opening frame. Bouncing puck knocked down by Thompson. Dumps it right back into the Montreal zone. Allen will knock that one down. Do we have a too many men on the ice call coming up against Montreal, perhaps? By looks of it. Get the answer when we come back.
Sabres Canadians 1-1 here, 2:54 left in this first period. Sabres going back to the power play. Too many men on the ice. Just see it right here. Montreal's got 5. Watch the man coming over the boards for nobody. Right here, and then the puck comes up through. And they got 6 guys on the ice. Referees make this call. Sabres going back to the power play. And they are 1 for 1 on a very quick goal by Jeff Skinner.
Yeah, about 8 seconds or so into that first power play. Skinner found the back of the net. Sabres going to have to start from their own end as it's fired down the ice. Up to center. Canadians get a stick on that one, but Sean Monahan can't move it forward, so Dylan Cousins will play it in behind Matheson. Got a stick on it. That goes up into the air and up over the glass, and that'll play. Well, Alex Tuch and Dylan Cousins, of course, 2 very relied upon players when it comes to scoring goals. Alex looking for his first of the season. And Rob, you know how goal scorers work. I said it earlier. You got Skinner who's going. You got Tage with one so far, and throughout the season you're going to have a couple of guys going and other guys trying to just find it.
Yeah,
right?
very rare is everybody going all at once, and that's the whole great thing about having a team. Guys carry the load till the others get themselves rolling, and then it kind of the roles reverse a little bit. So, you know what, the good thing is these guys, Tuch, Thompson, they're getting the chances. We talked about it last game. If they weren't getting chances, then you'd start to worry, but they are.
Here's the power play up top for Tage Thompson, trying to go to the far circle, and that was in some skates. Cousins could not get there, and back down the ice.
Well, last game, Thompson, Dan, I think 10 shots on net.
Yes.
So that tells me you're getting some chances.
Yeah, 100%. Single game career best at that for him. Dahlin will drop it back. Evans gives him a little I'm here whack as he goes to the bench. Dahlin, Sabres power play working down the far side. Krebs will play it back to the point. This is Victor Olofsson, top of the right circle with 45 to go on the man advantage. Plays it below the goal line, gets it back again. Olofsson up top for Power. He'll play it to the far side as the Sabres in behind the goal for Krebs. Lost the handle on it for just a second there against Harris. Now a scramble. Peterka comes up with it. Good stick lift there by Olofsson. And now Middlestad's got to get on his horse there on the far side to keep it in. Keeps possession as it comes back out to center ice. Trying to get right back in the zone, but the puck bounces away from him. And Evans will say see you later to the puck. Fire it down with now 10 seconds remaining in the Pezzetta penalty.
And trying to force things here a little bit too much. Just get back to just relaxing and let it happen. Montreal's going to be aggressive, but when they're aggressive, that's when you make the quick pass, catch them out of position.
Savard looking up ice. He's got Pearson. He'll bring it to the Sabres line. That pass a little bit out of the reach over the far side for Harvey Pinard. Sabres play it outside the line. Montreal going to carry it right back in, but Power got a piece of it. But it's kept in here, and now Pearson takes the shot. Comrie able to hold on to that one, and not a rebound to be found.
That's good. He needs to see the odd puck here. He hasn't seen one here in a while in this first period, so get him a little touch there at the end of the period. Get him feeling good about himself again here.
7-4 shots now in favor of Buffalo.
Yeah, just not much generated for shot opportunities here in this game, and that's all right. But you have to make sure, A, when you do get the chance, you got to capitalize, and B, you still got to be patient. You got to make sure that when that opportunity comes, you don't try to force something. Be patient and let it happen.
Sabres able to get it out to center ice with 19 seconds left here in the opening period. Barron giving some trouble down in the corner along the wall, right wing side here by Catapozzo. Canadians bring 3 back on the counter. Caulfield carries it in with a shot trying to go near corner. Missed the target. And that will do it for period number 1. It's a 1-1 score after 20.
Yeah, good period here for the Sabres. They got their feet moving. You know, they got the power play, big one there to tie this game up. But I think they're staying aggressive. They're playing straight up and down the ice. They're not playing east-west. They're playing the right direction.
Jeff Skinner gets the ball rolling for the Sabres with his 3rd of the year from Cousins and Dahlin after Barron opened the scoring. Details on those moments and more coming up with Brian and Marty on the Rise Fuel Intermission Report.
Mission Report, brought to you by Rise Fuel Energy Drink, designed to rise above.
1-1 through 1, first meeting of the year between these two, and Buffalo did score on the power play. They did get gifted another opportunity with too many men on the ice by the Montreal Canadiens, but the Sabres couldn't muster a shot there. What did you see in that opening 20?
Well, a couple of things. The Sabres spent a lot of time in the offensive zone. That was great. They attacked the net. They were buzzing around the net. Now, the flip side of that is you're all down low, right? All 3 forwards are down low, and if the defense was going to pinch, you're opening the door for unmanned rushes. And the Montreal Canadiens, especially Juraj Slafkovsky, he had a breakaway and 2 2-on-1s. 6 seconds left in the period. Cole Caulfield on a 3-on-2. So you got to limit the unmanned rushes going the other way if you're going to be spending time in the offensive zone and attacking at the net.
Jeff Skinner got the power play goal for Buffalo. He almost always scores against Montreal.
Yeah.
He's with Rob for our KeyBank interview.
Well, Jeff, very quickly on that first power play opportunity, you were able to tie it up. What did you see on that shot?
Oh, it's a good play by Ras to hit Cuzzy, and then Cuzzy gave me a lot of time down there. Obviously, Tage takes up a lot of attention on the backside. It opens a little bit up for us four. Gave me a little room to go to the net. I just try and find my spot. Unfortunately, went in.
Montreal is very relentless. They just keep coming at you. What is the key to playing against that kind of style?
We just got to be simple. We got to know sort of who's out on the ice. I think you don't want to be making high-risk plays when some of their skilled forwards are out there, and we know they've got some guys that have got some good skill off the rush, so we're going to try and limit those opportunities as much as we can.
The game you guys played against the Islanders the other night, is that the style you guys want to play or try to play each night to make yourself successful?
Yeah, I think that's a good win for us. Obviously, something to build off. I think there was a lot of good things we did. We looked over the game, and you want to take the positives into the next game and keep building off it. So we got 40 more minutes here to continue to try and do that.
Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Razor.
Stopper.
KeyBank, the official bank of the Buffalo Sabres. He's not at Draisaitl levels versus Nashville yet, but Skinner versus Montreal as a member of the Sabres. Ridiculously impressive.
Well, in his career, too, when you think about...
Yeah, but it's more pronounced with Buffalo. It's a goal a game. I mean, he's got 13 goals in 14 games.
Yeah, he's got 24 goals overall in 39 games against Montreal. There's certain teams that you know you're going to get up for, and it feels good. Maybe it's in their building. Maybe it's just when you look at the jerseys and you say, I'm going to be flying tonight. Jeff Skinner definitely has that against the Canadians, and especially with the Sabres. You knew on that power play when he took it to the net that he was looking top cheddar, and he found that little spot.
Why didn't Jake Allen know then?
Well, I think Jake Allen thought Skinner's not going to score from there. He's going to pass it. Now, Skinner likes to shoot, and he likes to shoot from the bad angle.
We have seen that an awful lot over the last couple of years. Now, as far as the actual, storyline within it, I don't know how pronounced it is yet. It could be a trend moving forward for sure. The Seneca storyline presented by Seneca Resorts and Casinos, the exclusive and official casino sponsor of the Buffalo Sabres. Yes, Buffalo had one more power play opportunity than Montreal.
It was only 6 seconds, though.
Correct. Yes, they made quick work of it thanks to Jeff.
Yes.
So how significant could the offensive zone possession be, especially based on what you said about the rush chances they've allowed the other way?
Well, Montreal was more one and done. They attacked, they got a shot on net, and then the puck was out of the zone. The offensive zone possession, for me, 5:04 by the Buffalo Sabres. Yes, they had 2 power plays. They scored 6 seconds into the first one, and the second one, they didn't spend much time in the offensive zone. The biggest chunk of that, probably 4 to 4.5 minutes of that number, is all 5-on-5. That would be a huge number if you continued 5-on-5, spending 4 to 5 minutes in the offensive zone per period. You'd get 12 to 14 minutes of offensive zone 5-on-5 possession. That would control the game right there.
Right.
And I felt like the Sabres did that 5-on-5, and not just Thompson line or not just the Middlestat line. I thought Krebs had some really good, his line had some really good shift in the offensive zone, attacking, hanging on to pucks. So that to me makes a difference because you go one line, the next, and Montreal can't seem to be able to get out of their zones. Now they did a few times and got their chances. You just got to be careful not to cheat on the wrong side of the puck, but stay in the offensive zone just like that. Another 5 minutes would be great.
Jeff Skinner reminding Matthias Samuelsson what his goal song is this year. He's now up to 3 in total, and quick work on the power play. Short side on Allen. We are 1-1 through 1. Buffalo had the edge in shots. Unofficially, it's been adjusted to 6-4 right now in favor of the Sabres. We'll see if that changes. Tour the key.
Official partner of the Buffalo Sabres.
FanDuel, make every moment more. Jeff Skinner working towards that 4+ shots on goal. Has it tallied tonight. Buffalo is inching its way to over 3.5 for the first time this year. And J.J. Peterka, as Marty will show you coming up, did find some offensive zone time in the first.
Yeah, this is trending the right way. I won't lie to you. Skinner will get more shots in the game. And if J.J. Peterka gets a goal, that puts you really close. I think the Sabres get right over the 3.5. If J.J. scores, maybe there's an empty netter going on later in the game. Maybe there's an overtime one.
Give the man some credit. He has scored in each of his last 2 against Montreal. So I would bank on Peterka.
Skinner and Peterka hot against the Habs.
All right. What have you got for us? By the way, it was really great to see Bandits championship netminder Matt Vince banging the drum tonight, so we can never have enough goalies.
Less equipment on tonight when he's
still looked pretty. He still looked like
good.
he'd make saves without it. No,
absolutely,
Holy
it looked
cow.
really good. But okay, so here's what I've got for a breakdown. You've got to spend time in the offensive zone, but the way the Montreal Canadiens defend, they're more of a man-on-man. So the way you can break their defense structure is by really having a lot of motion, a lot of movement in the offensive zone. So let's take a look here. Peyton Krebs' line, obviously on the line with J.J. Peterka and Victor Olofsson. And here is Peyton Krebs. He's got the puck. He's a lefty. He's going to attack with speed. Look at the gap, or the lack of gap, that there is here by the Montreal Canadiens defense. They were caught on the quick transition. Here's Krebs going wide, using the back end. There's a shot on net, and now get recovery and get working. I love that play by Peterka. Almost snuck it in the short side on Jake Allen. But now you've got to create all the commotion, right? D comes up, actually that's Krebs. Come around, slide in, slide out, like create all these moving parts in the offensive zone. Look at Peyton Krebs. He's not a defenseman, but he's still gonna go. Is that D to D or is that D to forward? Because Samuelsson and Dahlin are still at the blue line. That all happened at the top of the zone. And now you've got nothing. Change side with the puck. Be first on the puck. And everybody's got to support once again. You got to come in and create lanes and create support and create quick plays. And when you have the puck and you've created those holes, now you attack. Look at this shot by Krebs, almost catches the short side. And then J.J. Peterka gets it again. What does he do? I'm going to take it to the middle. I'm not wasting my time on the outside. I'm creating. on that shift alone, it was about 30 seconds. It was 3 or 4 really good shots that were right from around the house, the slot area. That's what you want to get to. And so it's not just middle stat line, it's not just Thompson line. Everybody's getting involved in creating these motions and these changes in the way the Montreal Canadiens like to defend.
Montreal scored first in 4 of their 5 games so far this year. The Sabres had the quick answer on the power play from Jeff Skinner. And unofficially, Marty, the shot total has changed once again. 7-4 now in favor of the Sabres. Maybe. Stay with us. We'll give you the highlights of the first as the Kia Cam takes us to break in our intermission report.
Toyota, let's go places. Seneca Resorts and Casinos, nothing else comes close. Hyundai, it's your journey. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. And by Cadillac. Visit your Western New York Cadillac dealer today and experience the ultimate in iconic luxury.
Montreal scored just under 3 minutes in as Barron's able to capitalize on the rebound from Wi-Fi after Monahan does a little more work to give himself 5 points in his first 5.
Really, the key to this play is Brendan Gallagher. Watch number 11 right in front of Eric Comrie. Comrie doesn't know where the rebound is, and by the time he tracked that the rebound had gone to Barron, can't recover.
Yeah, well, you know where Gallagher was on the next goal?
In the box.
Class of 2010, Gallagher and Skinner. One looked as the other one finished, and Skinner now has 3 in his last 4.
Now, that's a great shot, but I can't wait until we get the stats that says this goal at a X percentage of going in, right? The probability of going in. I'd say with Jeff Skinner, that's about a 65 to 75% chance if he places it the right way.
In our pregame pre-production, you were accused of being the producer. And I say that lovingly. Yeah. And I'm sure that you begged for this graphic just to prove your point when you were talking earlier about Buffalo having more shots, but Montreal having more odd man rushes.
Well, you see the number on the far right side, 4-0 odd man rushes, so that has to change for Buffalo to have success and to control the game. But I did produce the first segment when it came about the storyline, because I said the Sabres are spending a lot of time in the offensive zone, and that is why we showed you that graphic early and not the late one. But I got to give credit to everybody in the truck, because I thought about the odd man chances. I just didn't know we were going to get a total. They found all of them, 4-0 for Montreal in that department. Good job, everybody in the truck.
The truck or the van?
The van, the truck, the car that's parked outside.
All right, period 2 from KeyBank. It's now with Dan and Razor.
Second period replays are brought to you by your Western New York GMC dealers. We are professional grade. Sometimes those fine people working in the trucks or the vans in the parking lot have to work out of motorhomes. They have to work out of trailers.
Yeah, but it's amazing when they're doing their job, they have to give them a pat in the back.
Yeah.
And when it comes to odd man rushes, Marty, the odd man found the right topic. So well done. Sabres from right to left here in this second period. Jost, Girgensons, and Calapozo. We've heard that many times since Don Granato got a hold of this hockey team and trying to start a period the right way, and the puck is chipped down the ice by Girgensons. Calapozo will put the pressure on Harris deep in the Montreal zone from the corner. They're going to find a way out. Canadians will try it on the far side at center ice. Gallagher's a trailer on this play, but the pass is going to go off a skate, and the rebound Comrie just got a piece of, and the pass back out towards Gallagher, and it's the Sabres coming back with a 1-on-2, and Dylan Cousins had that go off of Savard's stick.
Well, speaking with Matty Ellis between periods, he said, we have to overload the puck. He said too many times it's just one man on the puck. We have to have support. We have to have more guys there than what the opposition does to win those battles and come up with those pucks. Second thing is stay on top of their transition. That means have more guys on top in front of them so they're coming at you. Now they don't want you chasing them up the ice. You want to be ahead of them or with them as they're coming up the ice on their transition.
Face off to the right of Allen. Won by Montreal. Suzuki, Harvey Pinard, and Caulfield for the Canadians. They'll find their way up to center. Harvey Pinard will take it on the left side. Samuelson stick down on the ice. So he's playing without the cue right now. He'll pick it up as the Sabres are able to carry it up to center ice. It'll be fired in. Greenway, Thompson, and Cousins. In the offensive zone, Cousins in the far corner. Matheson knocked that one out of midair. Tage Thompson settles it down. Harvey Pinard. It's passed to Cousins, and he rips a shot. Greenway's in front. Thompson turns and fires. And the Sabres coming close there with this group.
Yeah, they're getting the puck to the net, bodies to the net, and they're shooting. And you've got Cousins and Greenway that can crash the net, and you got one of the best shots in the league in Tage Thompson, reloading every time he gets a chance and firing it to the net.
And not just crashing the net, but you mentioned it earlier, bumping bodies off pucks and then getting the puck to the front of the net.
That's the way they have to play, Dan. They're big. They got to be able to do that. You can't just chase and get into a stick battle with them. Use what you got, and that's a big body. And most guys, you should be able to bop them off and come up with the puck and make a play from it, or get some support as you've knocked somebody off the puck. So that's all the little things that you got to do. You just can't play with the end of your stick all the time.
Anderson in the corner, had it hop over his stick down to the Buffalo zone. Newhook finishing check on the far side as Skinner plays it ahead for Alex Tuck. He'll get it to the line and out with Casey Middlestat. Playing it onto the wing. Sabres with a zone entry here, and that puck is knocked down before it gets to the front of the Montreal net. Then turned over, and Skinner makes a turn at center. Lost an edge, but still he kind of whipped that one down the ice. They're calling icing here on the Sabres. Join us for the Roswell Park Prostate Cancer Early Detection Event, November 16th at KeyBank Center. Visit www.roswellpark.org/onegoal in order to learn more on a very important night.
Man, the Sabres are arguing this right here.
Yeah, they are. From the get-go.
And I don't know if we could take a look at it and see where Jeff Skinner is when he goes down. Okay, he's down.
The puck, he's not across center.
No, the puck is on the right side of center, and he fires it back in.
Throw your challenge flag, Razor.
I'm wearing it. We're going on the road, Dan.
Yeah.
You got it? Yeah.
Deflected shot there, stopped by Comrie. And the left pad. There's power on the backhand away from Caulfield. Kept in by the Canadians. Sent back down deep in the zone. Suzuki chips that one to the near corner. Harvey Pinard has bounced off the puck. Alex Tuck looking for a safe place for a moment there. He finds a mate, and now it's Casey Middlestat on the right side to center. That's the end of the shift for that group, so they have gone to the bench. 17:20 remaining in the second period. Tipped by Pizzetta, and that will be an icing call against Montreal.
Man, we've seen this happen so many times here. You kind of get these dog days here where nothing's really going, and a lot of the times it's been in the second period so far this year where his icing's offside, really slows the pace of the play down, and really tough to get things rolling. That is where you're challenged, and that's where you're tested. You got to stay focused and not start trying to do too much to be the guy, okay, I'll make the difference here. Just keep playing the game the way you've done it since the beginning of this game. Keep working it through. All the rest of this will work out of the system.
Bouncing puck at center, settled down by Rasmus Dahlin under a bit of duress there, but he finds Peterka, who makes the turn at center ice for Krebs left side in the Montreal zone. Drops back, one more drop back. It's by Dahlin. Samuelsson is stride for stride with him. If Dahlin needs the help, Samuelsson just stands his ground, and Evans goes to the ground. Didn't like that much. Sabres though with Dahlin gaining the Montreal zone onto the wing.
That was actually a good call by the referee.
Victor Olofsson's backhand stopped by Allen. Yeah, it's not like Samuelsson went out of his way.
Yeah, I know he runs into him. He's trying to draw something here, and it's almost like he should have been maybe called for embellishing here, because all he did was get in his road. He gets in his road, cuts it off, and he spins around, falls to the ground, gets up, looks at the ref, and it's almost like soccer, Dan. Almost like soccer.
Well, now that you brought it up, Rob, I won't do that to you this early in the season. Face off to the left of Allen. And the draw won by Montreal. The Canadians bank off the boards for Gallagher. Sabres try to volley it right back. Gallagher doing his best to get airborne. Jost will chip it into the Canadian zone. Played off the boards. Harris for the Canadians able to chip it ahead, and now it'll be brought up in a backhand finding Kovacevic down the left side. Plays it down below the goal line. Connor Clifton with company on his back in the form of Tanner Pearson. Big hit behind the goal. Puck comes to the near corner. Girgensons against Gallagher. And now Clifton will have a little bit of room to skate it up. Play it up to center ice. Two-man push for the Sabres across the line, and two taken out with one hit. And then offside at the line is Jonathan Kovacevic. Went Sabre bowling a little bit there with Kyle Pozo and Jost.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it here and see. Kovacevic slowly coming back over here. Here he comes across, and he gets a Pozo, knocks him right into Jost. And that is bowling at your best there, Dan.
Yep. All right, Tage Thompson set to go for this face-off. Dylan Cousins in behind him. Greenway off to his right. The draw will be kept in at the line. Nice play that time by Yoki Harju. Greenway turns away from Savard in behind the net. Matheson puts it off the skate of Greenway. Canadians with Anderson well up ahead of the play, but that pass will be nowhere near him as Newhook's puck goes down to the far corner. And Thompson will feed it ahead up to center ice. Greenway with Thompson trailing. He'll find the puck. Cousins one-timer. Oh, what a save by Allen on a great setup to get Dylan Cousins in the slot.
Yeah, great shot, great release here by Dylan Cousins. Let's watch this play coming down. He's going to want to feed it right here. Tage Thompson comes in. Look at the shot. He's got himself ready. He's got his body turned already. He knows this pass is going to come. And if it is, he's going to be 100% ready. It hits his stick and bang, it's off. I think Allen had to make a really good save on that one.
Sabres with possession off the face-off of the Montreal zone. Skinner in the slot. Can't get the shot away. Savard from the corner will play to the far side. Rasmus Dahlin is able to knock it down. He plays it in behind the net. Savard will turn to his forehand. And the Canadians will bring three up to center ice. Dahlin comes over to cover as it's dumped in deep by Slavkovsky. Josh Anderson playing the body in behind the Sabres goal. Anderson in behind the net and offside at the Buffalo line on that shoot-in. Stops the play. Lets us tell you about Brian Duff and Marty Biron. They host Sabres Live Tuesday to Friday, noon until 1. They're on WGR and MSG, following every Sabres story, keeping you up to date on everything happening around the league. Sabres Live, Brian Duff, Marty Biron. They're on the home of the Buffalo Sabres, WGR Sports Radio 550 and MSG.
Yeah, Justin Barron scored the goal here for the Montreal Canadiens back in the first period. And that was the first point by Montreal defenseman here so far this year.
Here's Caulfield. Intercept. Sends it to the front of the net. Good patch saved by Comrie. As Caulfield sets up Harvey Pinard. Comrie had the answer, and now back the other way. Zemgus Girgensons. He pulls his way down the left boards. So much so that he loses the bonnet. He's got to go to the bench. Kyle Pozo. He and Jost. Now Clifton takes the shot, and the rebound in front. Just now covered up by Allen, and then Kyle Pozo giving an extra little shot there by Arbor-Xhekaj.
Yeah, and there's a penalty being called too here to the Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, we'll take a look at the Comrie save at the other end.
Montreal, number 72. 2-minute minor, roughing.
And right there, Comrie with a nice left pad save, stays right with him. He's under pressure by Girgensons coming in. And then here's your penalty. Here's Kyle Pozo. Doesn't touch the goalie. And he gets hammered right there and knocks out. So Buffalo go in the power play. Sabres versus, sorry about that. Buffalo Sabres defensemen, they've combined for 12 of the team's 35 points coming into this game and 34.3%. And that is the most in the NHL. Sorry for hacking that one up, but
I understood everything you tried to say.
35 points, that's 34.3%, and that is the most in the NHL by any team for defenseman production.
So they're good.
Yeah.
So far is what you're saying. Here's Alex Tuck down the right side, taken away by Matheson. Trying to get it up to Savard. Sabres keep it in. Open ice up top. Dahlin looking for the deflection. Allen with the save of the far post. Dylan Cousins is obviously power plays help, but he is all over these games in the early going. He's got the puck again, fires a shot. That one's deflected. Thompson back up top to Darlene. Cousins again at the right circle. 1:15 to go in the power play. Skinner along the goal line. Didn't mind that angle in the first period. Here's Darlene. Far side Skinner. Cousins as they work it nicely. Rebound! Tuck! Skinner back for Tuck in front. And they try to find Tage Thompson, but it's intercepting the Canadians with a potential 2-on-1 to the net. Comrie with the save. Tanner Pearson out of gas after that 2-on-1 short-handed chance for the Canadians. Now Skinner back in the offensive zone. Feeds it down low. What a move to the front of the net by Thompson, but he couldn't finish it. Thompson on the far boards. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Great pass in front. Bumped again! And Allen with the save, and it comes back to the line. Darlene, Thompson. Boy, they're moving it nicely. Just got to beat the goaltender here. Thompson holds it. Tried to feed it back to Cousins. Cousins up top to Darlene. Fakes the pass to the far circle. Thompson near side. Shot! Glove save, and the rebound was there for a moment, then it's cleared. Jake Allen having himself some moments here as the Sabres poured on. Certainly through that power play.
Yeah, give Montreal credit. That penalty kill, they battled through that. Not everything went their way there, but they battled through it. Got the save from the goaltender that they needed. And Sabres not able to connect on it.
This is Owen Power. Goes off the stick of Girgensons to the far corner. Sabres get in center, and then Newhook gets in the way and forces Buffalo back inside their own end. Joe sees enough room and takes on Jacques down to the corner. Then he's hit hard into the end boards, but from well out near the goal line. Pops right back up. It'll be Anderson to carry it up the center ice. He'll spray it to the left wing side. Back to Anderson. He'll turn it back to the point. Savard, force wide. Down to the goal line. He plays it in behind the net. They try to return it in front, and that did give Montreal a chance in front of the net, but it's cleared by Buffalo down the length of the ice. And this will be an icing call. Fans not sure if that puck was touched before it got there or not.
Now the Sabres on the power play had some really good looks, just not able to find the back of the net. Here's Darlene. He slides this one across, a little give and go. And that's Cousins with the first shot. Tuck not able to follow it up and tuck it in. And this leads to a shorthanded opportunity here for the Montreal Canadiens. There's a quick shot. Comrie right out there on top of the blue paint makes the save with the blocker, and here's Tage Thompson going through the legs backwards to the front of the net. And a big save again by Jake Allen. Shots right now 15-7 in favor of the Sabres.
Savard keeps it in at the line. Kyle Pozo bats that out of midair, and he's on his way down the right side. Matheson tracks into the corner. Greenway follows up. The Canadians play to an open corner. To the line, Bonato kept in by Clifton. He finds an open man, and quick shot. Allen gets a piece of that one. And the puck comes all the way back inside the Buffalo zone, and Johnson is going to be careful here of Nick Suzuki, and it's played ahead to Casey Middlestat. Doesn't quite get the center ice red line. Harvey Pinard will bump it back, and Savard goes circle to circle in his own zone. Pass up to the Buffalo line, bouncing puck. A tricky moment there, but Clifton does well with it. Casey Middlestat plays it to the wing. Sabres now with some good speed. Middlestat gets it back again and fires one right on. Stopped again by Allen. Loose puck up top. Skinner over at the far circle. He'll bring it back to the line. Pass down to the near circle. Back up top again. Darlene's shot. Looking for Alex Tuck to get a piece of that one. He does, but it's over on the far wall, and Harvey Pinard at the end of a shift can't get it the length of the ice. Sabres will be good to push this quickly back into the Montreal zone, and they do. Nice presence there to keep the heat on. Skinner tried to bang it in at the far post. Canadians bank it to the near wall, but not yet out. Skinner behind the play, given a couple of tugs there by Savard as the puck goes rolling down towards Eric Comrie, who keeps it in play.
Yeah, I think the net's off at the Montreal end too.
9:35 to go in the second period. 1-1 between these two rivals. Darlene in behind the net. Finds it again, flips it up to the line. Canadians step up on the play, and then it'll be Gallagher who backhands that one down to the corner, but it's deemed a glove pass, and we get a stoppage in play with 9:17 to go in the second. As mentioned, tied at 1.
17 left in this second period. Take a look at our Verizon reliable performance. Most primary assists by a defenseman since 2022-23. Eric Carlson leads away with 43. Quinn Hughes, 39. Josh Morrissey, 39. And Rasmus Dahlin has 37. See Rasmus Dahlin 5-game point streak with 6 assists. He has assists tonight so far in this game, but it was a secondary assist. People don't understand that. That's the second assist on the call, obviously. The guy that passes the puck to the man that scores is the primary.
Hockey school, the Razor, and they're going to school with Conway.
Well, there's a lot of guys like you, Dan, that don't understand this stuff. It's too deep for them. They don't care. It's an assist.
Razor, we have young fans listening and watching for the first time. You teach them all the hockey you want. Here's Peterka down the left side with a shot, and that puck will come to the far point, and it's kept in behind the goal. Aaron plays it, and up the center ice, the Canadians are stopped. Following up though on the play and bringing it in. Down the wing, Comrie sees that shot all the way, but the puck is still loose. After Ylonen had a look on the right side, and now Krebs on his backhand finds Peterka. He sees 2 Canadians ahead of him, and he'll just flip it down to the Montreal zone, and it rolls right to Allen. He snaps it up to Evans, who drops it back. Evans again on the right side from center, flips it into the Sabres zone. A pass for Greenway went off a stick, so it's the Sabres chasing possession for a moment here after having a lot of good offensive zone time once again in this period.
Think life is short? Football is short. So cherish every over and under before it's over on FanDuel.
Bet $5 to get $200 back in bonus bets and get a profit boost every single day. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
You know, Rob, we grew up watching Peter Puck learning the game of hockey, so you can provide all your razors, blades, or whatever you want to call them.
I made my son watch all kinds of Peter Puck when he was young. And Peter Puck did teach him everything because he does not listen to me.
Here's Samuelson on his backhand. Anderson takes him to the board. Sabres working in the offensive zone here. Greenway. 2 Canadians on him, outmanning the puck there. Go back to comments Matt Ellis made to Rob in the first intermission that Rob brought up here in this period. Samuelson will keep it down the wall. Dylan Cousins behind the net. Canadians keeping everything to the outside in this specific possession so far. Sabres try to work it in. Greenway to Thompson, and that one was blocked, and Jake Allen watches that one over to the left corner.
Now that's the thing. As soon as you work Montreal down low for any period of time, they all get to the outside. It leaves the middle of the ice wide open, and that's where they get themselves in big trouble.
Tage Thompson almost painted a little bit of artistry there, but it was taken away. Nice play, finding Rasmus Dahlin. Greenway will go to the bench after that very calm pass. Shot from the point doesn't get through, and Dahlin won't keep this one in as Anderson got in the lane. Holding his right hand there, Anderson, a little bit. After that block, and he'll go to the Montreal bench as the puck rolls back into the Buffalo zone, down to 6:34 remaining in this second period. Dahlin had the puck stripped. The Canadians aren't out of the zone yet. Now they gain the line, far side, and a good stick deflects that shot up and out of play, so Comrie does not have to make a stop in that particular moment. Alex Tuck and the Sabres tied at 1 with Montreal. For some more, Tage Thompson mic'd up.
Oh, that's crazy, bro. The fact he saved that last shot, that was perfect. Right here, low glove, and he just puts his glove right on top of his knee. So low.
Yeah, we'll show you the shot right here. This is the one Tage is talking about right here. As Jake Allen comes out, he's able to make the glove save, not able to hang on to it, but his D clear out of the way for him. But that's the advantage you got. That's good communication when you come back to the bench. Guys talking like that, what the goaltender's doing, what each individual's seeing in the goaltender as well, and they've got the little iPads there too where they can watch it firsthand. So it's such a great learning tool, the communication and looking at those iPads during the game to see exactly what's going on out there and what a goaltender tends to do.
Good job of the Sabres here off the draw on their own end, forcing the Canadiens' top line very deep into their own end. Pozo gets a piece of that behind the net, and now it'll be brought up and played ahead by Barron. Backhanded down to the corner by Jacquin in behind the net. Comrie will leave it. Eric Johnson for Connor Clifton. The pass trying to get up towards Pozo, missing the mark. And we get that puck and an icing call. That gives us time for the Cadillac trivia question. Here we go, Razor.
Yep.
The Buffalo Sabres have had the first overall selection in the NHL draft 4 times in their entire history. What NHL team has the most first overall selections?
I know this one.
We're just going to let everybody sit on that for a little bit.
I can tell you how many it is. I won't tell you the team. 6.
Canadians try to center. Instead, the puck comes back to the line, and Sean Monahan in behind the net against Johnson. Monahan will play it back to the point. Takes a return pass. Pozo hacks the stick out of the hands of Matheson, and there's your penalty call. As soon as the Sabres can get possession of the puck, Gallagher for Monahan, and it's Pozo himself who touches the puck, and it's a short skate to the box. And when we come back, the penalty kill will look to do its job once again in a 1-1 game. Second period. Buffalo Sabres back on home ice Sunday, October 29th. They'll host the Colorado Avalanche. 1 o'clock start time for Hockey Halloween. The first 5,000 fans receive a pack of black and red player cards. Get your tickets now at sabres.com/tickets.
Yeah, Pozo in the box. Call is slashing. Montreal going back to the power play for the second time in this game. They are 0 for 1 right now. And the Sabres penalty kill continues to stay red hot.
Canadians win the draw. Suzuki near circle. Shot stopped by Comrie. Saw it in plenty of time and does not allow for a rebound. 5 seconds in.
Yeah, he gobbled that one up really good and just kind of hanging on to it. You got Peyton Krebs coming out here, taking the spot of Tage Thompson right now. He's going to play with Greenway. Krebs going to take the face off. And that's the big thing with Donnie Granato talked about his penalty kill, why it's better. He says this year we can practice it. And last year, we didn't have time to practice it as much because we were working on so many other things. He said, now we're good at those. Now we can start working on our special teams, and penalty kills the top one.
Suzuki in the right corner to the goal line. Monahan tries to bump it out. Far circle shot. Misses the mark. Down the ice it goes. Montreal will have to reset. 30 seconds gone on the man advantage. Matheson will drop it back. Suzuki carries it in. Caulfield on the wing. Pressured right away as he tries to make a play on that puck. Alex Tuch doing the work. Zemgus Girgensons gets a stick in on that pass across, and that forces Josh Anderson back inside the Montreal zone. Anderson again picks it up, gains the Buffalo line, and the shoot in down to the corner. Racing down after it and in behind the net. Eric Johnson trying to play it up ahead. Caulfield traps it on the wall. Alex Tuch dug it free, but the Canadians keep it in. Anderson back to Matheson. He'll spray it to the far circle, to the right of Comrie. 44 seconds to go, and the Sabres penalty kill in this 1-1 game. Second period to play. Matheson up top. His shot. More pass for Caulfield. He was knocked down, and now Monahan will play it back up top. Matheson walks it to the middle of the zone. A little fake. Now Monahan back to Matheson and back to Monahan at the right circle. That pass through is blocked. Monahan knocked down Samuelson. That shot goes wide by Anderson in the far circle. It bounced on Caulfield, and the Sabres are able to clear it down the ice. Buffalo able to change up the penalty kill with 5 seconds remaining. And Kyle Opozo's penalty. Veteran standing up in the box now and gets back onto the ice as Evans in behind the goal. Rosetta plays it around, and that's intercepted. Now Greenway at center will reach for it. Here's Greenway across the line with a shot, and a glove save by Allen.
Well, another good job on the penalty kill here for the Buffalo Sabres. And they stay aggressive, continue to stay aggressive, but a lot of little plays. Here's the end of this one where Greenway goes down and gets the shot on Allen, but just sticks in the right lane, pressuring at the right time, good decisions on when to hold back, when to go, and all those little things put together with that extra practice time that Donnie Granato talked about, and being able to use multiple guys out there to keep them all fresh, because the penalty kill is hard work. You got to be fresh to be out there, and that just leads to the success that he's having so far.
Rasmus Dahlin with a good hit on Jake Evans along the boards in the Buffalo zone, and now behind the net it's picked up by Power. Takes his time, plays it away from Michael Pezzetta, and the Sabres in the offensive zone. This is Skinner on the boards left side along with Dylan Cousins. Evans in behind the Montreal goal, plays it to the corner, and Pezzetta's going to lift it out to the line but not out of the zone. Kept in. Dahlin off the end boards for Skinner. Middle step, looking for Skinner behind the net. Jeff will take it to the corner, try to walk it towards the net. Evans is there to support the defensive play of Kovacevic. Dahlin along the line, that just stays in. That's a good keep in, and the shot stopped by Allen again. As the Sabres defense, Razor, you talked about them getting involved, doing it again.
Yeah, one Power stepping in there, cutting to the middle, being aggressive. And just when he gets the chance to take this shot here, here's the pass comes across. He's able to keep that one in. Great call by the linesman. Watch him step in when he goes to take the shot. He kind of gets a little too close to his feet for that shot. Likes to have it out a little more, but somebody's got a stick right there, so he has to pull it back. You don't get all of it. And he didn't shoot that puck quite as hard as he would have liked to. But still, good opportunity, guys. Nice read.
Connor Clifton back in the Sabres zone. He'll feed it ahead in Peterka. Knocked to the ice, draws a penalty on the play. Montreal does not have possession yet, so the Sabres net will be empty. Comrie now just getting to the bench with the long skate. And Henry Jokiharju has the puck at the line, and he will drop it back. So Sabres with the extra skater. Net empty on the delayed call. This is Krebs along the boards. Jokiharju sends it over along the blue line, and he'll get it back again. Clifton sends it to the wall right side, back up top to Clifton. No shot yet as Victor Olofsson well out. Off the goal line and trying to find a way in. Still with it, Krebs. Top of the circle now between the dots, and that shot is fired by Thompson off the glass. Victor Olofsson. And with just under a minute remaining in the second, the Canadians touch the puck, and Buffalo's going on the power play.
Yeah, Justin Barron's going to get nailed with a cross check here. Let's take a look and see. It's J.J. Peterka comes across. That's a tough one right there. It's almost like you get your stick on his backside to give him a push. Yeah. And you're seeing that called more and more. The exact same call was made the other night. Normally you'd have to see that motion of boom coming into on him. Right now there's been 2 calls in the last 2 games where guys have put it on their backside like that and just kind of pushed and pushed down on them. Down they go, and they're getting called. So Sabres going to the power play. They're 1 for 3 so far here tonight.
Savard trying to pin it along the wall. Canadians come away with it. And they're going to have a 3-on-2 rush here if they push it up ice. Instead, it's Comrie who's able to play it to the corner, but Monahan comes up with it, and he'll play it back to the point. That shot right on! Stopped by Comrie with Sean Monahan hanging around, looking for his 3rd goal of the season. Sabres get into the Montreal zone, but no possession here, and Canadians will park at the length of the ice. This time it's Evans on the puck, then he just left it there. Dylan Cousins up ahead to Skinner with 16 seconds to go here in the second period. Alex Tuck left side to the slot. Cousins plays it to the far circle. Skinner up top. Thompson, that one goes off the side of the net. Thompson again at the near circle with 3 seconds. Lost it. Sabres try to whip it out front for a shot on goal. It exits the zone, and the period comes to an end.
Now Sabres got an opportunity, 1:05 left on this power play, regroup, come back in. But once again, tight game here, not much going on. Patience is the virtue here. You got to make sure you continue and don't try to do too much too quick.
Eric Comrie making back-to-back starts, and so far more than holding his own in a 1-1 hockey game. The Northtown Automotive Intermission Report is coming up next.
Welcome to the Sabres Intermission Report, brought to you by Northtown Automotive. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it at Northtown.
A lot of chances for the home side and some for the road team too here in period number 2, but it's still 1-1. But boy, there were sequences that produced so many looks at times for Buffalo. Now they have to hope that they don't have that ounce of frustration creep over it. They do start the third on the power play. Is that a blessing?
It is a blessing, I think, clean ice, and obviously they're feeling it. And you know, it's just this close from the floodgates opening. We like the word floodgates here on Sabres Live because of Owen Power last year, but for me, they're having fun. Like they're showing skills. They want the puck. There's a delayed penalty, and they are staying on the 6-on-5, and they're controlling it twice in this game. And for me, usually it's like, okay, like we'll try, but we're going to go on the power play. No, we want to spend a minute of 6-on-5 and then a 2-minute on the power play if we can. I think they're feeling it. It's just Jake Allen has been up to the task, and he's been really good in this game.
Well, perhaps more of that fun is on display in our Labatt Blue player profile. It is Tage Thompson mic'd up.
Heavy on pucks, simple, direct, have some fun. That's crazy, bro. The fact he saved that last shot, that was perfect. Right here, low glove, and he just puts his glove right on top of his knee. So low, yeah. For the last one, did the same thing on you. They got one, they got one, they got one! That was sick! That was sick.
14 shot attempts from Thompson last game. He's up to 7 already tonight. Labatt Blue, official beer sponsor of the Buffalo Sabres.
And the last chance on the power play where Tage let go that one-timer that we love was 100.8 miles an hour. It just hit the outside of the net. I wish it would have burned a hole through the net. Maybe we wouldn't have counted, but at least we could have been talking about that.
Indeed, and you see the total time on ice. Undoubtedly, he'll get the first minute or more of period number 3 with the Sabres on the man advantage. Yet again, it is their 4th attempt of the game. Right now, it's a 1-1 game thanks to Barron and Skinner's first period tallies. We're back with the continuation and Marty's breakdown from that second straight ahead. The third. Point streaks have continued for Dahlin and Cousins tonight, but we're once again staring at a very low over-under heading to the third. FanDuel, make every moment more.
Yeah, it was 6.5 before the game, and it's down to 4.5 right now, but everything else on the board is pretty much the same. The Sabres were favorite before the game, and they are still favorite at minus 174 right now on the money line.
Comrie and Allen, strong games so far. Shouldn't surprise anyone. Both had .920 career save percentages against their opponents coming in.
You don't ask for much, but when you get in the shower, it better be hot. If that isn't happening, it may be.
Skater.
This Sabres game is presented by T-Mark Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, official partner of the Buffalo Sabres.
Dylan Cousins keeping pace with Tage Thompson when it comes to shot attempts. There were a lot of them last game, and he's been all around it again tonight.
I'm just distracted by a Václav Varada jersey right behind the camera here. And at first I thought Owen Power jersey, and then it says Varada.
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic jersey. It looks good.
Very nice.
Very big fan.
Big 2-5. Focus on the 2-4.
And the 2-4 on the power play, obviously. The Sabres have had a chance to now work a little bit. Varada never got on the power play. But see, that's the jersey I'm talking about. Yeah, fan is proud. Now, when you're on the power play and you have a chance to work on certain things, it helps that you have set plays, right? When they give you opening, you have set plays. The bumper position is more and more important now in the NHL to create room right in the middle of the ice. So when we look at this play, you can see that Dylan Cousins actually almost false started on this play. So the puck's going to come up to the top of the formation. Tage Thompson's pointing, get it to Dahlin. We have a set play here. We're perfectly positioned. So here's Dylan Cousins right here in the middle of the ice. See how he's going to back up against the defenseman? You have obviously this option here to Tage Thompson for the one-timer, but as soon as that puck goes down to Jeff Skinner, watch how Dylan Cousins is going to come back up right into the quiet area. And watch Cousins in the bumper. He almost goes too early. Like right here, he says, I'm going to go. No, I got to wait. Now I can go, because that's the set play. And the Canadians were not there. Tanner Pearson was way over on Rasmus Dahlin, and that led to Cousins' chance, tuck rebound. And obviously, those are the set plays Don Granato talks about. They can work on special teams. Rob Ray mentioned it about the penalty kill. Now the power play is starting to explore different plays, different set formation, and that was a perfectly applied set play that led to not just one chance, but multiple chances after that.
This or that, Varada, more power play goals than shorthanded goals in his career?
More penalty minutes than anything.
More power play goals than shorthanded goals. He had 7 with the extra man, 6 while down a man. This game is even through 40. Stay with us. Our Kia Cam rolls us out.
Brought to you by your Western New York Buick dealers. Check out their all-new lineup of Buick SUVs. Your Western New York GMC dealers. GMC, we are professional grade. And by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires.
Unofficially, the shots were 17-9 Buffalo in the second period. Here's a good look at their good looks at Jake Allen.
Unofficially, there was 6 glove saves in the first period, in the second period by Jake Allen. Look at all these chances, but look at how many are on the glove side. There's Tage Thompson, glove is right there. How about Jordan Greenway on the partial break? Glove is right there. How about Owen Power in the slot? Glove is right there. Like, this guy is a catcher in the AL and NLDS CS tonight. It's CS, it's conference, right?
Championship Series,
Championship
yes. Buick's zone possession. It is in Buffalo's favor, and it is still in Buffalo's favor. That trend has continued through the first and to now almost exactly double what they did in the first, right, as far as 5+ minutes of zone possession?
Yeah, exactly. Now, they did have 2 power plays to the Montreal Canadiens. One in that period. They did have 2 power plays in the first period, but one was really, really short. So a bit more time in the offensive zone. I thought the power play led to their confidence playing with the puck, because they made plays. The one unit stayed on for the full 2 minutes because they were in the zone for the full 2 minutes. That is so important, because now you can lean on Montreal a little bit and continue to apply the pressure.
And how many feet are the new nachos trays here?
3 feet,
no, they're
I believe. 2?
And how many anthems?
Listen,
how many anthems do we typically have on a nightly basis?
2 songs.
Yes,
I smelled the nachos.
Which is more than one. We'll be back with the
good.
Lexus post-game report immediately following this one. We'll see you then.
Third period replays presented by New York's only outlet liquor. When you need to stock up, it's the place to buy a case. What's your outlet? Marty smelling nachos. Up on the set tonight. And will there be a winner decided in the next 20 minutes while he probably tears down a plate of those nachos? Razor, you've got company between the benches tonight. Who's down there with you?
I got the great Gary Galley down here with me. Yes, he is. He's. It's tough to kind of stay focused, if you've noticed a couple times tonight, because he talks so much.
He's well.
If you had him and Marty in the same spot at the same time, Oh, my goodness.
He is a great guy. Enjoy listening to his work. Here's Dylan Cousins going to work down the right side into the Montreal zone. 52 seconds left in this man advantage to start the period here for Buffalo, who skate from left to right in this third. Darlene's shot with Tuck in front. Rebound was there for a heartbeat, but then it's cleared. And the Canadians will make a couple of changes to their penalty kill while the Sabres bring it back up to center, and Darlene will drop it back. Alex Tuck along with Tage Thompson. Tuck carries, leaves it for Cousins on the right side. That pass hopped over the stick, Rasmus Dahlin, and now the Sabres will start from their own line and trying to find a way through. Jeff Skinner, he gains his zone, drops it off. Tage Thompson over on the left boards, 15 seconds of the power play remaining. Cousins spins it back up top. Dahlin, Thompson, here comes a one-timer and a kick save by Allen. Sabres gain the zone. The penalty is now up and over, and Barron gets back into play. Tage Thompson, though, seeing Montreal changing, try to maybe take advantage of some of the happenings over at the door, but the Canadians sweep it off his stick, and Montreal will now come back. That pass ahead, tipped ahead by Harris. Down in behind the goal where Power gets a stick on it first, ahead of Caulfield. Victor Olofsson double teamed as he got it just across the line. Suzuki brings it back in. He's given a shoulder bump there by Yoki Harju. Now Greenway for Yoki Harju. He'll send it up ahead, and Power gains his own. Quick stop and sends it down along the left wing corner, and that shot handled once again by Allen.
Well, Sabres on the power play looking and getting some decent shots. Here's the first one. Dylan Cousins going to feed this one back to Dahlin. There's the quick shot right there. Allen gets the right pad on it just on the top. And then right here, that is a 95-mile-an-hour shot from Thompson. And Jake Allen gets across, and he must have been going at least 96 or 97, Dan, to get over there to make sure that save was made and kept it out. He's been tested 27 shots here. There's been some really good looks on the net here tonight, and he's been outstanding.
Yeah, the discussion post-game, whichever way this thing goes, it's not going to be about a lack of getting pucks to the net for the Sabres, that is for sure. And this is the 293rd game all-time between these two teams. Buffalo with 134 wins coming into this one.
You like to see the shot totals, because that's the kind of team you have. You've got an offensive team, you want them shooting, because that's where you're going to put the numbers up. Sabres have won 2 games this year. Both those games are the only 2 games they've outshot their opponent in. So, and it just tells you something. You've got to get the puck to the net as much as possible.
Canadians off the draw, play it up ahead. It's tipped by Newhook down into the Sabres zone. Rasmus Dahlin will be there in plenty of time. And the Canadians back out a little bit here, and it'll be Rasmus Dahlin charged with finding a lane to get that puck up the ice. That goes right on Allen. Looked like it was going to go for icing, but it snuck in there at the last second to the side of the net. So we continue on, and now Anderson at center. Onto the wing, Slavkovsky throws it all the way around the boards, comes out to Xhekaj on the Montreal side of center, backs up inside his own zone. Slavkovsky did not touch that one, and we get an icing call here. So we get a chance to go back to our Cadillac trivia question. Buffalo Sabres have had the first overall selection in the NHL draft 4 times in their history. What NHL team has the most first overall selections? Razor, you had the
Montreal
answer.
Canadiens, 6.
You would be correct. Can you name all 6?
No. Do you know what team has had the most first overall picks taken from?
Taken from who?
What do you mean? How many guys have had the most picks from what team for their first overall?
I'm just trying to trip you up on your own question.
Trip you up, you're trying to. London Knights.
Yeah, they've had some success, to say the least, over the years. Sabres deep in their own end, trying to find a way out. Here comes Alex Tuck in this 1-1 game, and across the Montreal line. He'll drop it. He'll go all the way to the corner. Casey Middlestat plays it back in behind the net, but now room to bring it back for Tanner Pearson. He'll get it up to center ice, take the return pass. Left side, Pearson in the Sabres zone. Sweeps Allen in front, and Comrie got the pad down, but it squeaks in.
And Gallagher.
That's where Gallagher makes his money, right in front of the net, and he pokes it home in Montreal with 16:29 remaining in the third period of taking a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, 100%. Brendan Gallagher, second goal of the year here, but as you said, Dan, this is where this guy is money. In the front of the net, not a big guy, but he pays a price, and he gets there. Look at this. First whack, second whack, finally finds its way through Comrie's pads. There's the first save. And you see Gallagher just bury his head, give a little push there, and it goes through the 5-hole, goes off the left pad, right pad on the save, the left pad after he pushes it through.
Is there any chance they're going to look? No, I was going to say, is there any chance they're going to look to see if this puck was covered by the glove of Comrie? There's a lot of discussions going on into the sleeves on the bench of the coaching staff. Back to the video room, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, it's when the whistle goes. The puck's fed to the front of the net. We'll take another look. The referee is over here. And then there's the puck to the front. There's the first save. The puck is alive. And then just as Comrie's coming down on that puck, there was already a net when he already started taking that second pushing motion. The first whack at that puck by Gallagher is what put it in the net.
So now the Sabres, a goal on the wrong side of it, but with plenty of time remaining, 16-13 as they get to the Montreal line. Canadians break it up. Sabres come back. It'll be fired in by Clifton. Jacki plays it to the far corner, and Barron trying to get Montreal out of the zone to center ice, but the Sabres get it back again. And it's chipped by Jost down deep into the corner. Girgensons after it. Suzuki plays it ahead. Caulfield along the wall. Can't move it up ice as Kyle Poso trying to dig it free.
Move it. Let's go. Play the puck. Play the puck here. It's loose.
But you listen into the referee tell the players how to get that puck moving. They do, and Kyle Poso trying to make a move off the wall, but it's not there, and the Canadians get it back. Caulfield will lift a bouncer inside the Sabre zone. Greenway makes the play to center, and then it's dumped in on the Montreal net as Buffalo will make some changes here. The rest of the line comes out. Greenway with Cousins and Tage Thompson. Canadians fire it in. Out from behind the goal. Sabres can't clear the zone. Shot off of bodies in front of the net. Canadians with a chance. Down at the goal line, Rasmus Dahlin with some pretty good defensive play that time on Jake Evans. Forcing the Canadians back to their own line. This is Harris. He'll play it to the wing. Greenway with a big hit over in front of the Sabres bench. Greenway comes to pick it up. Over on the far boards, Rasmus Dahlin now will flip it up to center ice. Thompson for Cousins, who gains the line. Cousins drops it back. Greenway with a shot, and Allen makes the save. Puck over in the corner, now halfway up the wall. Dylan Cousins plays it back to the point and goes to the bench. Yoki Harju plays it down low, and it's Owen Power as the puck go off his stick to the far boards. The Canadians are on it, and a chance now to move it up ice. Slavkovsky feeds it ahead. Montreal with the delayed offside, so they back away from the zone, allowing Alex Tuch to bring it in over the line. He'll drop it back, kept in by Power. No lane yet. Now he sends it to the net. Saved by Allen, and the rebound was there for a moment, but it's cleared. Pass up the center. Tuch, now Middlestat from Skinner. Monahan there defensively for Montreal against the boards. Now Slavkovsky. He'll play it ahead to Monahan, gains the Buffalo line, far side. Knocked down. Sabres now with Jeff Skinner. Starts a 4-on-2 back the other way. Tuch, pass across to Clifton. Can't quite get the puck to the net. Cleared up the center. Rasmus Dahlin, last man back. Jake Evans seeing that, hounding him for the puck, but Casey Middlestat comes up with it. Clifton, quick pass ahead, finds Peterka, gains the Montreal line. Gallagher fishing it free, he'll backhand it out to center ice. Krebs sends it ahead. Peterka for Olofsson, back to Krebs. That pass was intended in the slot, but the Canadians break it up. Yoki Haru will play it to the wing as the Sabres enter on the right side. Olofsson shot off the end boards. Puck is free. Sabres trying to center, but the Canadians are on it, and it's chipped down the ice. This will not have enough to go the length of the ice.
Yeah, Jake Allen thought he had that puck covered, Dan, under his glove. He was staring straight ahead, thinking he had it covered, and it's laying free behind the net.
Sabres good entry this time. Peterka right side shot. Allen kicks that one away to the boards. Peterka bouncing puck comes back to him. He and Olofsson in the same spot there, and the Canadians are able to chip it down the ice. And this will just have enough legs for an icing call with 12:10 to go here in the third. Don't miss any of the action this season. Get a Sabres mini pack and secure your tickets to 5 games or more while saving on box office prices. Visit sabres.com/mini packs in order to get yours and join us here at the rink.
Well, Jordan Greenway, he is putting his stamp on the game here once again. There's a big hit right in front of the Sabres bench. Puts down his man, and then on the same shift, here's Cousins going in. Greenway picks up the puck, bang, there's a quick shot to the net. So a big hit and a scoring chance, same shift. He's been excellent so far, Dan.
In front of the net now with shots coming at him, first from Power and then from Thompson. Power will leave it back for Cousins in behind the net. Greenway for Thompson. Taken away by Suzuki. You hear go, go, go by the Montreal players. Get up ice. The Sabres are able to intercept. And 4 are ready to enter the zone as Power carries it in. Caulfield gets back defensively. Puck goes behind the net. Thompson to the side of the net with that puck rolling right in front and diving out to cover that one up. Jake Allen. As words continue at the side of the net, but the score remains the same with 11:34 remaining in the third period. Montreal 2-1.
Sabres trailing the Canadians here 2-1, 11:34 left in this third period. Our Hunt Real Estate, this date in history. October 23rd, 1992. Pat Fontaine scored the tying and game-winning goals in the third period. The Sabres 5-4 victory over the San Jose Sharks at the Odd. Very incredible player right there. Bob Sweeney, Pete Sabota, Yuri Himalev, some great guys. I'm telling you, in those years on those teams.
53 goals that season for the man you just talked about, the banner you showed. Face off in the Montreal zone. And the Sabres now need a goal just to tie this thing up. Face off won by Buffalo. Trying to find a way in. Shot by Dahlin is stopped by Allen, and the puck cleared around the boards. Samuelsson got a piece of it, did not get it deep. Olofsson and Krebs along the wall trying to keep it in the Montreal zone. In behind the net, Krebs racing after it against Matheson. Krebs does a good job, gets a piece of it. Still a lot of hard work there trying to get that puck back in the Canadians. Pezzetta, big hit attempted there by Samuelsson up ice. He'll settle in front of the Sabres net now as the Canadians try to take it away from Dahlin over on that far wall. Sabres keep possession, and from behind their own net will look to find a way up ice. Krebs will carry it up. Skips his way over the red line, and then offside over here on the near side are the Sabres.
I'll take a look at our New York Lottery inside the numbers. The most goals from the 2019 NHL draft picks. Jack Hughes, 91 goals in 248 games. Cole Caulfield, 56 goals in 127 games. And Dylan Cousins, 50 goals in 206 games. And you see a 4-game point streak for Dylan, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points.
That was a pretty darn good draft as far as today's NHL talent standards go. Sabres working it around in the Montreal zone here. Power far circle bothered by Anderson. He'll spin it back to Yoki Haru. Casey Middlestat comes to meet it. Power, high slot shot, but Girgenson's trying to get a deflection on it. It's going to bounce in the far corner. Opozo sweeps it back. Power keeps it in, and then offside. Yeah, move at the line there, trying to settle it for a backhand pass, put it offside.
Yeah, just keep wearing Montreal down here in the defensive zone. Yeah, that one gets out. A couple of puck whips there, and no question about that one, but you just got to play the remainder of this 10:06 deep in Montreal zone and just wear them down and wait for those opportunities every chance you get that puck in front of the net, create those battles, wear them down even more.
Clifton trying to volley it ahead. Monahan following the play down the board. Sabres able to lift it out to center ice. Buffalo by far out shooting Montreal in this game, but it's the score on the board that matters, and the power play is going to get a chance now once again. That's how it all started for the Sabres earlier when Jeff Skinner scored early with the man advantage. Can he have more success? Sabres need it when we come back. They're down by 1. On the home of the Buffalo Sabres, WGR Sports Radio 550.
Now he's thinking he needs a goal right now, and this may give him the chance. Monahan pulls down Clifton here. Gets the stick in between his legs. Down he goes, gone to the penalty box. Sabres 1 for 4 here on the night on the power play. Need one now. That's the second penalty Montreal has taken that is 200 feet away from their net for tripping. And those kind of things cost you.
Well, you got to make them pay, right?
Yep.
Cousins at the face-off circle, and you're going to pack it and reset it as it's sent down the ice. Comrie will leave it for Rasmus Dahlin. Drop back at the blue line, and Alex Tuch with speed through center. Across the Montreal line on the left side as he works on Savard. It'll be played around the boards. Cousins trying to come down the wall to keep it in. It'll be kept in by Dahlin. One-timer! And Thompson with a blast hits Savard. He lost his stick on the play, and the Sabres looking to pick on that side. Evans gives Savard his stick. Here's a shot. Thompson blocked by Savard again. And it's on the far wall for Tage Thompson. Matheson doing all he can to get it out. Dahlin, Cousins with a shot. That takes a deflection. High slot, Thompson.
Dahlin's got her. Savard has no skate blade.
No blade. 2 blocks and no blade. And someone else's stick. Here's Skinner. Heck of a shift. Skinner back to Tage Thompson. So here's Sabres. You're thinking now is the time.
You got to isolate him.
Yeah. Here's a shot by Thompson. The rebound in front. Savard can't get there. Thompson keeps it in. Skinner one-timer. Glove saved by Allen. And he makes a trophy out of it as well.
Now, when you got a situation like that, you got a D with no blade in the skate right there after a big block. And no, not even his stick. That's where you got to isolate. Shift. And there's Skinner's last shot there that Jake Allen was able to hang on to, but here's a big shot right there that blows it right out of his blade, knocks the blade out, stick out of his hand. And there's Thompson once again. You see the blade popping right out of his skate, and he had to battle the rest of the time and even hit him once. But when you got a situation like that, you got to shift it over, realize it, and try to take advantage of that. He was on an island. There's nothing the man could do other than try to keep his body in front of the puck.
Here's Power, fan on the shot. Tanner Pearson feeding it ahead to Suzuki. Back to Pearson at center. Canadian shorthanded, and Comrie with a game-saving stop right there with power play time remaining here for Buffalo, but it's starting to tick away. 26 seconds left in the Montreal penalty. Sabres trying to gain the line, but they're going offside, so it's dropped back. But Turka's got to wait, and it's Montreal chipping that puck up and over the boards. 14 seconds to go in the man advantage for Buffalo.
Well, Montreal gets a good opportunity here, and it's going to be a 2-on-1 after here's Power stepping in. He whiffs on this one. Pearson, Suzuki come out, 2-on-1, ends up being Suzuki, ends up getting the puck, takes the shot. And Eric Comrie, I'm not sure if he's seen that Montreal Canadian player coming from his right. He tried to keep the puck moving, keep it flowing up the ice, and he almost turned it right back to Pearson.
Face off to the right of Allen. 2-1 Montreal. Sabres win the draw. Poke back to the line for Power. Dahlin here at the right circle takes the pass. Power up top. Sabres working it around to Middlestat. Power play with time running out. Middlestat, Power, handcuffed on that pass. Couldn't get the shot away from the corner. That's going to come out of the zone. Look out, as out of the box is Monahan. And the Canadians now with some pressure on and a move on Power, but Power stays with it down to the corner. Here's Gallagher with a shot, and that's parried away by Comrie. Kyle Opozo standing in his own zone, plays it ahead. Sabres gain the line. Opozo in the slot, lost it. Following up though on the play is Casey Middlestat. Got a piece of it, and it's played behind the goal by Gergensons. Barron from Montreal plays it to the corner, picked up by Pearson. His pass rink wide, out of the reach of Monahan, and Montreal offside as Gallagher brought it in. 7:03 remaining in a one-goal game here.
Yeah, I could sense a little frustration here, but you're just watching the guys come in. They just look maybe a little bit defeated after not able to capitalize on that power play, Dan, but this is where you got to shake it off. You still got 7 minutes here, 3 seconds, plenty of time here. You're out shooting them 36-17. As long as you don't do yourself in here with a bad turnover or give them a free one in some way, you've got a great chance here.
Sabres work it in deep. Eric Johnson pinching in on the wall. The Canadians will lift it up to center. Across the line, Slavkovsky giving a bump. His Newhook was up there with him. Newhook to the corner against Johnson for Buffalo. Sabres able to get on the right end of that one, and Greenway with a short pass ahead. Tage Thompson, that goes deflecting off his skate and behind the net, so Allen plays it to the corner. Kovacevic, quick pass ahead. Canadians bring it in. Newhook for Slavkovsky. Save made by Comrie at the near post. Sabres try to dig it out of the corner. Xhekaj will throw it off the far wall, and it's Rasmus Dahlin who turns away from Slavkovsky and now will skate it up for Buffalo. Up to center ice. They're going to give them the blue line here. Dahlin into the Montreal zone. Banks it off the end boards from the near point. Jeff Skinner will walk it down the right side. Now take it to the middle of the ice, and a stick deflects that one up off the glass. Caulfield plays it in behind the net. Xhekaj can't clear it. Caulfield gets another chance. Good stick lift by Krebs. And Samuelson is on it as the puck comes out to center, and Yoki Haru carries it in. Drop for Skinner. Alex Tuck's shot goes off the stick. Deflects to the far side. Suzuki plays it ahead, and Harvey Pinard will skate Montreal into the Buffalo zone down the right side. Cross ice pass picked off. Good read that time by Power. He feeds it ahead to Tuck. It's knocked off his stick. And the Canadians looking for Suzuki at center. Gets away from him. Power will just dump it to the far corner as Suzuki might have got a piece of that one. Now the puck comes in front, and a save by Comrie there on Michael Pezzetta as he got to it.
Penalty call.
Penalty coming up here as it's touched up by Krebs with 5:03 remaining in the third period. Eric Comrie again keeping his team within one, but the penalty kill's got to do its thing once again here, trailing 2-1. Third period, just over 5 to go. 2-1 Montreal. Time for a big save brought to you by Toyota. Tanner Pearson's going to get the look here in a bit of a 2-on-1 with Dahlin back. Eric Comrie comes out to challenge Pearson. Read it well. Gets the blocker up, makes the stop. That's our Toyota big save brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places.
Eric Comrie once again been very good in this hockey game.
So the Sabres now with a very important kill with 4:57 to go. Montreal and Suzuki working it down to the goal line. Suzuki over on the board's right-hand side in the Sabres zone. Looking to get it to the front of the net. Monahan is there. Anderson in the high bumper slot. There's a shot off the post. Sabres get a break there, and then it's tipped just wide. Greenway trying to get his stick in there to get it out. Canadians work it to the far circle to Caulfield, and that one blocked in front. Sabres get it to the line, but not out. Monahan keeps it moving along the boards. Matheson walks to the middle of the zone, takes a shot, and Comrie the save and the rebound. He doesn't have it, so behind the net, the Canadians try to spin it back to the point, but that one gets by Caulfield. And it sends Matheson all the way back in behind his own net, where he will restart with 52 seconds to go in this man advantage. The drop back, and Montreal getting up to center ice. Newhook will carry. He'll play it onto the wing. Slavkovsky plays it back to the line. Here comes a slapper, and Comrie saw it all the way. Makes the stop.
Yeah, 39 seconds left here in Alex Tuch's penalty. Here's the post. Here's the shot from Matheson. It's redirected in front. And then you can see Comrie just get a piece of it, and then it goes off the post right there and back out. So that's as close as they come.
Yeah, just enough jersey, right?
Just enough.
Face off to Comrie's left. Canadians will have possession off the draw. They play it to the wall and up top. Jacques with 33 to go in the Montreal power play. Shot from up top. Down below the goal line. Now Newhook standing on the left boards. 3 1/4 to go in the third period. Montreal leads it 2-1 on the power play. Trying to work it into the bumper. It comes back up top to Jacques. 13 seconds to go on the man advantage. Slavkovsky coming off the boards. Far side. Plays it across to Newhook. To the goal line. Bumped in front of a one-timer by Pearson. Gives Montreal the 2-goal lead with 3:07 to go.
And that's going to be Tanner Pearson's 3rd goal of the year here. And it's the 3rd goal of this game for the Montreal Canadiens with 3:07 left. Gives them a 2-goal cushion now. Montreal just moving this around the perimeter. And the quick pass from Gallagher right back out to Pearson. And Pearson gets himself in a good sweet spot right there. No Sabre within about 6 or 7 feet from him. And he's able to get that shot off clean and beat Comrie.
Well, Pearson had an assist on the Gallagher goal and brought with him a 3-game point streak, did number 70 for Montreal. He's more than continued that. Sabres not done yet, though, as that puck was centered for Mittelstadt. Play stays on the left wing boards of the Montreal zone. Mittelstadt drifting over here to the near side. 2:43 to go. Yoki Haru keeps it in. Comrie still between the pipes. Dahlin with a shot. Puck comes to the corner. Dahlin centers in front. No shot from Mittelstadt. Skinner, and that one tipped just wide by Dahlin.
Yeah, Donnie Granato up on the bench right now, and he's waiting to give some direction to Comrie.
Canadians come back. Shot for the point, stopped by Comrie. Dahlin will play it off the boards.
Yeah,
Sabres changing. Comrie.
Yeah, he wants Comrie to come as soon as the puck gets deep. They just can't get it deep. There he comes.
He's still between the pipes.
No, he's staying.
He's looking pretty comfortable down there, and the Sabres, with a 2-goal deficit, have the puck at their own line. Connor Clifton. Now there he goes to the bench. Entry doesn't work, though, for Cousins. Greenway turns, hammers it back in. You've still got the firepower with 90 seconds to get a couple here, especially with the extra skater and the way you've had pressure on Montreal, who are going to ice the puck. So 1:27 left. 2-goal deficit with this kind of firepower. As I said, it's not impossible.
No, it's not out of the question, but you got to make sure you're getting guys to the net. You got a situation right there where you guys coming across the high slot area. Dahlin's going to try to get this one, pick it out of the air. He's being aggressive, getting up involved like everybody should be around that net as soon as the puck comes. But even when the puck's going to the front of the net here in the Montreal end, you're not seeing multiple guys there. Everybody's staying in the perimeter, looking for the shot. You got to get your body there.
So while we keep an eye on this timeout, we want to let you know that you can make your next group outing a Sabres game by bringing groups of 10 or more and receive savings on box office prices. So it's a great deal. You also get access to unique game day experiences while you're at the rink here today, or anytime for that matter. To learn more, visit sabres.com/groups. Bring the kids, make it loud in here. Matt Ellis on the board.
Yeah, Matt Ellis on the whiteboard. Making sure the guys that he's going to have on the ice here, his big dogs, got all on the same page. And Donnie Granato just chirping in there with his last little final instructions. And funny, they got J.J. Peterka, Greenway and Cousins, Thompson, Power and Darlene on the backside. So Donnie looking to go a little different direction here.
Here we go. Dylan Cousins at the faceoff dot against Monahan for Montreal. Draw down to the goal line. The Canadians will bump it to the corner far side, and it'll be lifted down the ice wide of the net, and did not take much time off the clock there, just a few seconds. 1:20 on the clock. We'll do it again.
Now here comes Mittelstadt over the boards, and he is going to replace J.J. Peterka.
Or Power.
Or Power. All right.
Cousins at the dot again, and Monahan for Montreal. Stick is down. We look like we're ready to go, and we are. Sabres get a stick on it this time. Comes to the near boards. Poke down to the corner. Big battle here is Peterka trying to get on the end of it, but the Canadians are able to clear it up to center ice, and this will be flipped wide of the goal, but Caulfield missed the mark. And
yeah, well, Montreal, Dan, will do this 100 more times if they have to.
Yeah.
Now finally we got Tuck and Skinner coming over the boards. Greenway coming off, along with J.J. Peterka. So you got 1:05 left.
Face off to the right of Allen. Sabres win the draw. Cousins at the line. It's kept in. That pass just missed the stick of Caulfield, who still forces the play outside the zone. Darlene at center. Cousins has got a seam here. He gains the line right side. Alex Tuck whips it around the boards. Right back to Tuck behind the net. Down to 47 seconds left. Sabres need a quick one here. Trailing by a pair. Canadians be happy just to keep this thing buried on the wall. That goes up and out of play, though, as it takes a deflection. We're down to 34.3 seconds to go. Should give some credit to both coaches. You know, you look at Don Granato and Marty St. Louis for the Montreal Canadiens. They both lean on positivity in how they coach their players. Not going to deal with the negative, Marty said the other day. He said, I know it's your job in the media to pick out what's wrong. He says, but I'm going to tell my guys what's right, and we're going to build from there. That's exactly Don Granato's style as well.
Yeah, but coming from a guy like Marty St. Louis, the guys are going to listen. And it's something that I think he thought in his organization and his team the last couple of years needed to change, and he's making a huge attempt to try to make that happen.
100%. 25 seconds left in this one. Darlene, quick pass up on the wing. Alex Tuck, he's got a seam to the net. There's the shot. And it's going to come to the boards near side with 17 seconds. Big hit at the line. Darlene stepped into Evans, who tried to chip the puck out of the zone. Now the Canadians will get it back into the Sabres end of the ice with 6 seconds. And that will do it. Montreal, Gallagher at center fighting for the puck in the empty net. Just wide. The horn sounds to end game number 1 of this season series, and it goes to Montreal.
Yeah, tough night here for the Buffalo Sabres. Just could not get it going. Even when times were sloppy once again in games here, they just couldn't grab onto the game and take charge of it. Got a lot of shots, give themselves some chance, could not bury it. They got to start paying, I think, a little bigger price here to get themselves some offense rolling.
Well, you talked about it. Sometimes they're just teams. For Jeff Skinner with Montreal, well, Jake Allen and the Buffalo Sabres, he seems to have their number more often than not, and he was solid tonight for Montreal, to say the least. So that does it for game 1 of a back-to-back. We will talk to you in Ottawa tomorrow night. Before we get there, let's send it to Brian and Marty right now with the Lexus post-game report.
Dan, thank you. There's 3 players involved in this game that have historically feasted on their respective opponent tonight. One, Jeff Skinner. Yes. He delivered. The other 2, Brendan Gallagher and Jake Allen. And they both delivered, and we may want to consider closing the border. Canadian-based teams ruin the homestand. They're the only 2 that won out of the 4 games here with Calgary and Montreal.
Or you try to take coincidental penalties and keep Brendan Gallagher in the box.
Yes.
That's more plausible than closing down the border. But I'll tell you this, Gallagher, yes, he had the goal, game-winning goal. But for me, this game was all about Jake Allen. There was enough chances and quality chances for the Sabres to be able to get that second goal, to put it at 2-1. The longer it stayed 1-1, and the more chances the Sabres got, it's almost like Jake Allen was like, I'm feeling it right now.
Right.
And then it really was punctuated by the save on the one-timer when Savard had the nose stick, then lost the blade, and Tage Thompson took multiple one-timers, and then it went to Skinner. And it's funny because Jake Allen, a couple of times after Skinner beat him on the short side in the first period, he went the other way. Instead of going reverse VH or low, he went VH with the glove high, covering that side, and that's exactly how he made that last save on Jeff Skinner.
Lexus leader is Jake Allen. He's 8-3-1 lifetime against Buffalo. He is now on the season 2-0-1 as Montreal has picked up points in every game that they've scored first this year, and they never trailed in this one, thanks to Allen.
No, obviously 36 saves is a big number. 18 saves in the third period alone. But you look at all these chances, they're good shots. Now, a couple of them could be maybe getting a rebound and getting closer, but I think the Sabres really did a lot to make life uncomfortable for Jake Allen. Some deflections, some really good look. There's a one-timer that was 95 miles an hour early in the third.
You're not seeing a lot of rebounds here, though, Marty.
You're not seeing a lot of rebounds, but you know what? Here's the thing. There's two kinds of rebounds. One that are really close, and then ones that are in the corner, but your team still can get to. The Sabres got to a lot of second and third pucks to be able to maintain possession. Jake Allen just was kicking them out just a little farther than what you would like to be able to get that second and third opportunity. But think of Alex Tuck chance in the second period when Dylan Cousins popped out in the bumper, and there was a chance right there. Thompson putting it through his legs, getting a chance in tight. There was some looks in tight, but I really feel this came down to Jake Allen. That's why it was our Lexus leader.
Yeah, it was an interesting game to watch, statistically speaking, as far as high danger chances and natural stat trick. And, you know, it was exactly as you had illustrated it after one period of play. Buffalo had the zone time, but Montreal got great looks in short bursts. And even on their power play opportunities, had some wide open misses before icing the game essentially with that last power play goal. So the high danger chances might not have been exactly a reflection of what the total shots on goal tonight were here. So a little different than perhaps what we're used to. But the unfortunate reality for the Sabres is they've dropped 4 of their last 5 head-to-head against the Canadiens. 3-1 is the final here tonight. Northtown Automotive presents our 50-50 jackpot tonight, just shy of $30,000 here on a Monday night at KeyBank Center. Buffalo will be back home at the start of next week or the end of this week, depending on your perspective on the calendar. It's a Sunday afternoon game as far as Colorado coming in the pre-Halloween affair. But 2 big road games for the Sabres in between, tomorrow at Ottawa and then Friday in New Jersey. They had this goal from Jeff Skinner tonight. It ended up being their lone tally as Pearson, Gallagher, and Barron score for the Habs.
Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. top leagues and tournaments, and the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments.